Hey fellas, well, as I said, this is going to be the last Journeys reaction vid I do before the next volume comes on Netflix. Next up, that essentially means I'm going to be shifting my focus back to, apart from the other bigger videos I want to do, the Sun and Moon vlogs for this anime, so might as well take you all through my reaction thoughts on episode 46 Japanese series. He's battling and catching. Mewtwo Rises Again, so let's get this started. Yeah. After a brief introduction to the series, Ash and Go are assigned by Professor Cerise is to investigate what may or may not be a signature of Mew in Cello Island. So once again, I'm gonna be going with English names because what I'm familiar with here. While there, her government to capture her a Krabby, as well as nearly save Ash from a quicksand pit. Leading to a very interesting scene of Ghost Sabo cleaning him off. Personally, I'm surprised that he didn't lose anything in that mock. If I may quote Patrick, that was a ripoff. But they do manage to cross the bog with Go using his Caterpie string saw to swing across it like Spider-Man, but not as successfully. Given how they had to elude Gyarados over some rapids, which does lead them to actually meeting the extra source's signature, Mewtwo. I also note that before I continue further, that Ghost tracking device looks somewhat like a big gamepad or a big Game Boy, something like that. That's so. After Mewtwo presses them about their respective goals, Holmes with Ash wanting to be the best, as then Go wanting him to catch everything leading up to Mew, who they engage him at the same time in battle, and this is indeed the same Mewtwo who was in the first movie, as well as has shown up in the Detective Pikachu movie and the recent CG remake, which I'm expecting Blu-ray of soon. It's also one I will note the what was it? Okay, how do I put this? As they got the same voice actor who originally conceived the role to reprise it, so it definitely tells me that this is effectively starting the next course of the anime, and whatever it entails, it's clear that the episodes are already on the docket. Going to be very interesting to address in the future, but not right away. And with Ash's his Pikachu, as well as his newly evolved Lucario and Go's new Cinderace, as it's definitely pretty impressive, especially given how there's at least 3 slots of the Pokemon Smash representation this episode's fighting alone. And yet, Mewtwo still comes out on top and manages to slip through Hugo's fingers. But it does consider them to be worthy opponents, and as Mewtwo who sends them back home, Mewtwo remarks that their journey has just begun. Yes. So, to wrap things up, as Mewtwo sends them both back home to Cerise Laboratories, Ash and Go do indeed concur that their next step in their journey has begun. And with that, even though it's not quite a full-on reversion of Mewtwo Returns just yet, I definitely think for reintroducing a Mewtwo to the main series, as well as the first time showing it in full, it definitely was a strong way to who start off this anime's next course, and also for to demonstrate how this works. I mean, to me, this season so far has been the ideal blend of old and new, where familiar concepts from some of your favorite parts of the series are revisited and reimagined in new, interesting ways, which, as opposed to how other series have often struggled with this. I mean, like I mentioned this before, or with my first impressions on New Animaniacs. I mean, if you want to bring back an older IP, that's fine, fine. But the trick is to do it in a way that appeals both existing and new audiences without losing the core what made it work. But thankfully, this is another example of how to do it right. So I look forward to telling you more in the near future, and I hope you all look forward to my thoughts on the third volume of the series. Is once it hits Netflix on December the 4th, along with something else we want to talk about for a while now. But next time, I'll probably keep things simple and get you a couple more on the movie vlogs, while I'm working on my other big videos for this month. So, later.